Okay,
How's that?
don't be that guy ever. Today, we're gonna talk about getting unstuck. As you can see, Charles got stuck on that log and he used the worst possible technique to get out of it. And I see thousands of riders do that exact same thing, use all the energy in the world and fight their bike over the top. That was embarrassing.
I'm ashamed. Dang it.
So, what we're going to do is show exactly the best technique for getting unstuck. Because even if you're a trail rider, there's going to be situations where you're going to have a downed aspen and you got to ride over it. Or even you get into maybe a little bit of a technical section, rocky section, and your understanding of how to maximize momentum, body position, power delivery, and throttle and clutch control to get that bike over with efficiency is key. And I want you guys to know exactly how to do it. So, first, I'm gonna give you a good example. Right away, this is the position a lot of guys find themselves in. Their frame is up against the obstacle. Charles, why don't you do it with me? Pull your frame right up against the obstacle.
Okay.
Okay. The main thing here is a focus on momentum, okay? Momentum is key in any situation. If we can gain just 1 inch of momentum, it can make all the difference. So, because we can both touch our feet on the actual obstacle, what I like to do is pull the bike back to the maximum point, okay? Then, I add my right foot to the rear brake. Very nice. Step your left foot down and drive your bike back 100%. Keep going, keep going. Every time you back up, release the rear. Very nice, Charles. Okay, so now we've just maximized. We went from minimal momentum to maximum momentum, right?
Right.
Now that we have that ability to get the drive to make it over the obstacle, now it's about the proper form in driving our weight forward. So what we're going to do is basically there's 3 steps to this. Feet up onto the pegs, drive our weight forward, release the clutch with power, okay? 1, 2, 3, and it all happens very quickly, okay? So we're gonna start with a little load of engine. I like to even hold the front brake and slip the clutch into the obstacle just a little bit to kind of initiate that movement. I start with my weight way back. The reason I start with my weight way back is then I have the ability to drive it forward to counteract the wheelie, right? So when you release the clutch, your front tire wants to come up into the air. We start with our weight back, so we have the ability to drive it forward to counteract that. Does that make sense?
That does.
So, I'm gonna show you. We're here, we start with our weight way back. I'm holding the clutch, I'm slipping a little bit, I'm on the balls of my feet on my right foot. I'm gonna stand up onto the pegs, drive my weight forward, and release the clutch with a load. That drive forward has to be timed right with the release, okay? So notice, the drive happens first, then I release the clutch, okay? Here we go. Up onto the pegs, drive my weight, release the clutch. 1, 2, 3. Unstuck all day. Charles, show me how it's done, brother.
Okay. Here it goes.
Nice, not bad, not too bad. Okay, go again. I like to slip a little bit into the front so it's already kind of initiated. So slip the clutch just a tiny bit. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have to keep that clutch stationary. Keep it in that same place.
Okay.
Feet onto the, almost jump off the ground with this foot. Up onto the pegs, drive your hips up to the bars, then release the clutch, okay?
Okay.
Go ahead and give it a shot. Jump off the ground with that left foot. There you go. That was much better, much better. So now we wanted to even loft a little more.
Okay.
So come on back. Our goal here is to miss that linkage. Not bad. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. The lower your front is, the less of a disadvantage you'll have, right?
Okay.
If that front end's really high, you have to work harder to get above it. So the lower you can get it, the easier it's gonna be for you to drive your weight, and also you can feel the easier it is for you to touch the ground, right?
Yeah.
So weight back, hips back. We're gonna start here. drive that way, release that clutch, quick slip. Yo. That's getting better every time, dude. Your drive is actually really good, but your slip of the clutch just isn't quite fast enough. So that's why the front tire's not lofting and you're going directly to linkage, and you can feel that, right?
Yep.
So that slip of the clutch needs to be quite fast.
Okay.
But you have to trust that your initiation with your body is what's going to counteract the wheelie, right? That quick slip of the clutch is scary, but trusting the movement and the momentum that you're creating with your hips, that's how we end up counteracting that front tire from wheeling over. And it's gonna loft it enough to make it so you miss your linkage, okay? So really commit to that release. Your body position is good. Further back you start, the further forward you can drive, okay? And the quicker that clutch slip can be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, go again.
Okay.
Loft that front end. Let's miss that linkage. Drive that weight. Drive that weight. Drive your weight, then release. Oh, there it is. You felt that, didn't you? That was beautiful. You felt that, right?
Oh yeah, way better.
That was so much better. All right, let's move on to another section.
Okay.
Everybody gets stuck in rocks. And this is totally a perfect place for you to understand, even when you're on a downhill slant and you can't get your tire to get a little bit of momentum, it's a game of inches. Just a little bit is going to assist you. So what I want you to do is hold your front brake, pull that bike back. We don't want that rear tire, and we have a little bit of room here. We don't want that rear tire up against the obstacle, right? If our rear tire is up against the obstacle, it's automatically going to spin. So just those added few inches is exactly the same of what we were doing when we were on that log, but now we've just had to minimize it because, of course, we have a couple rocks behind us. We can't really maximize fully, but 5 inches is better than no inches, right? So we have to pull that bike back. Pull it back all the way, as far as you can, and then as soon as you're there, that's probably about as good as you can get. Now, you're gonna start with your weight back, and you're gonna focus on getting your front tire to float on top of the rock in front of you. If you drive it into the rock in front of you, you're in the exact same position, right? We're gonna spin that tire automatically. So start it up, start with your weight back, slow drive forward. We don't have to maximize that weight forward like we did on the log, but it's very similar in the release of your clutch, okay?
Okay.
Fire it up. Pull it back. Keep that weight back, drive that clutch, quick drop of the clutch. There you go. You heard the lower rev there. That was much better. And you heard he added a little bit of extra like grunt to that bottom end. You always want to do less throttle. In all of these situations, the less throttle, the better. Your power needs to put down before the obstacle. Then very smooth with a smooth lug of throttle all the way through. He held traction way better through that, and actually it was great. He spun on that first one. You could tell he was a little over revved, held it back a little bit. That was so much better. Getting unstuck is one of those essential skills that every rider needs when they're out on the trail. Even motocross guys, I mean, I've seen them get stuck, and using this technique will help you get unstuck. Charles, you did an awesome job. How do you feel, man?
I feel 100 times better. I get stuck all the time, so this is gonna help me out.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So please make sure you guys are checking out the IRC Moto YouTube channel. I'm putting out videos like this all the time to help you guys progress with your skills. I also see you guys get stuck 24/7 in my private lessons that I do here in Utah and truly all around the country. So hit me up. I'd love for you guys to come out and take a private lesson with me. I want to see everybody progress and enjoy riding a motorcycle as much as I do. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, keep shredding, huh?